Pastourelle or Paris or Prénis, it all depends, and then the finale that butchers the drill. And so we're gonna study the steps by Bourdoudot, who published several dance manuals at the beginning of the 19th century. And we'll also take a look at what Blanchard did. He's a dancing master who published a dance manual in 1829. And he described various variations of steps that are quite challenging, such as Bourdoudot, but we're going to try to make it. So first, maybe let's make a circle. We're going to do some dance positions, some pliés, and then we're going to try to do Blanchard exercises that he describes in his dance manual. Get prepared to do first the basic steps. Bending, it's very important that you think about spreading your knee over your feet, because otherwise you're going to bend like this, and if you do like this, your ankle is going to roll, so you have to spread on the side, okay? Stay straight, but when you bend, you don't have to bend very low, actually, it's just to have that suspending movement. It has to be all very fluid, but please think about your knees being over your feet, okay? And not just, don't bend in front, bend on the side, okay? Stay in position. And of course, don't think also to be too open with your feet. We all want to be very open and very, but of course we don't have all the natural disposition for it, and it's a lot of work. So just do a little bit en dehors, but not too much, just so that you're comfortable with it too. Okay. So this is probably the position of dance that we use the most in contredanse, because every chassé that you're going to make to en avant or en arrière is going to be in fourth position. So think about bending on both of your legs, okay? And it's you don't have to be too large. In fact, it's very small. Small, yeah. Just one foot between. It depends on the books. Sometimes they describe all the steps in third position, yes. For the beginning, sometimes in fifth. So they tend to say that when you do everything in fifth position, you see better the legs crossing. And when you do an assemblée, for example, it's visually better to see that you're doing it in fifth position than in third. Non, c'est pas.
On va faire la revue ici. Tu veux que je le fasse en première?
Ouais, et on va les faire devant moi.
Oui. Ouais.
Okay, let's all face the mirror. No, they got it.
We make some relevés. So in first position. Just
Okay. When you think about going on your toes, think about your body being over your feet. So that normally you can walk like this, like you can go everywhere. But you have to think about going over your feet. Don't stay behind.
Yes.
Put your body forward, okay?
But if you're always in this position, it will be very difficult to make the small battement and it's a small second, in fact. It's not ballet. We can make a relevé without bending. Just
You have this in what they call the pas de Marcel. If
Yes.
you've seen it, I don't know. But it's bending up, posing up, and bending again.
And it's a good exercise to do it slowly because you manage your body and the weight.
So maybe as for the dance position, as you will see, you will have to think about it. But take a moment to look at you in the mirror and to position your arm. So as for the men, they're a little bit arrondi. They say that the elbow is being gracefully set a little bit inside, just to have round arms, and the fingers are just naturally taken. So as for, and you have to have the shoulders décontractés. Don't raise your shoulders, just take them down and just round a little bit your arms, and you stay in that position for the entire dance. So some dance manuals say that you have to move a little bit your shoulders, and when you raise the arm, you will do it like this, but try to stay natural. And as for the ladies, all dance manuals say that they take their dress. Yes.
It's a little arrondi of the elbow also, so like this.
Okay. Now we're going to do what Blanchard described as exercises. He uses a lot of battements to the side. So we're going to do that. Then he uses a lot of assemblées. Okay, so we're going to do that too. And then he uses a lot of changement de jambes. So it's just changing, and then he does it 2 times faster. Yes.
So we first start with the battement.
Yes.
Pied droit, derrière, ensuite pied gauche.
C'est bien. On commence pied gauche. Mais non, on commence avant.
Ok.
assemblée. So the rule for an assemblée is to start with both feet on the ground, to jump on 2 feet, but on sliding another one, yes, and to go back on both of your feet. So we're going to start with left, and then right, okay? Seven, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, behind, 1, 2, 3, 4. And bend each time. Okay. See, you have to bend every time you want to make a move. You will have to bend in order to have the strength to go up and to do another move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now we're going to do the changement de jambe, which is just about changing your feet. So if you decide to be on the 5th position, you will go on the 5th position, changing your feet. And if you are on the 3rd, you stay on the 3rd position. You can do that too. It's just we're going to do 1 beat for each, and then we'll accelerate. 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now when you do this, think about plié, because I see so many of you just dropping down the floor. I don't know how you do it, but it hurts so much. You have really to bend, okay? And think about looking at the right, looking at the left. Just épauler a little bit, okay? Up. Depending on your feet that is before. I think I have a faster music.
Кто не понял, если что, бенд — это мягкие колени, а поворот корпуса, когда мы прыгаем, какая нога спереди, тот поворот корпуса, тот плечом мы чуть-чуть подаем вперед. То, что мы делаем сейчас.
We're going to do changement de jambe. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Come. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to do from the beginning. The battements, then the assemblée, and then the changement de pied. Okay? Two. Again. Okay. Again. Okay. So let's go on the steps.
А давай поменяем линии, чтобы ты задник снимешь. Видели? Передние ушли.
Yes, sorry.
Наверное, между кухней отмазка от стены линии.
So as for the steps, there are many descriptions of it, but the fabulous thing about these dances is that since we have a vocabulary that has evolved, though, we are able to, I think, reconstruct pretty clearly the dances and the moves. So the basic step starts either with a temps levé or either with an échappé to the fourth position before, en avant. So we're going to do en avant, then en arrière, then to the right and to the left. So as for en avant, let's start the first one being, let's do temps levé, chassé, jeté, assemblé.
Maybe we can show each state, or it's okay for anyone.
Всем видно, ребята?
So the purpose of the temps levé is just to get your foot to the fourth position before, so that you are on both of your legs and you can chasser. And from that position, you want to jeter either to the second position, okay? But we could also have done, maybe, I don't know, jeter to the fourth, or we could have done jeter to the jeter before. It all depends on what you do next. But we're going to do jeter to the second position, and this is called jeter sur le coup de pied.
Moucheté derrière.
Or moucheté derrière, which means that your other foot is behind. Because we could also have done this, which would have been a jeté too. So, but let's do jeté to the second with moucheté derrière, yes. And from here, you assemble. Up. From one feet to another. Okay, let's do this. En avant. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Again. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Let's do en arrière. As for en arrière step, it's exactly the same one. You go, it's better to do an échappé behind. That is to say, you just up, yes, just so you can be on both of your legs, and you chassez en arrière, and then you do a jeté. So you can do a jeté like this, or you can do a jeté going to the second position, up, and then you assemble behind. Yes. Remember that all of these dances, I think, and from what I read from dance manuals, are all about improvisation too. That is to say, they give you basic steps, but you have numerous ways of doing it. But for now, so let's do échappé, chassé, jeté, assemblé. Okay. En avant et en arrière. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, dessous, jeter, assembler. Échapper, chasser, jeter, assembler. Okay. So here we have one of the basic steps. Let's do it to the right side. It's exactly the same.
It's okay for everyone? Go forward and back? Yes? Or one more time?
Для всех нормально или кому-то что-то еще?
Good?
Дальше по-русски. А? Задавайте вопросы, если по-русски хотя бы, если... Да, если вам что-то непонятно, поднимите руку, я увижу, задам вопрос, остановлю, повторим еще раз. Хорошо? Все, дальше. Yes,
Once again? Or
No.
Okay. Okay, and now let's go to the right side. So if you want to go right, you'll do exactly the same. You can do either temps levé and chasser to the second position. I know it's not very pretty, but that's the way it's correct. So either you do a temps levé, chasser, or you do a échapper, chasser, and then you do a jeter, hop, and an assembler. Let's do this. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And to go to the left side, you can do again the same thing, or we can add a little variation, the basic step. But you can do either temps levé, échapper, chasser, jeter, and assembler behind. Okay? Or, let's do that. We're going to do a glissade behind, glissade before, and jeter, assembler. So for the glissade, it's called, we're going to do all types of glissade today. We're going to do glissade dessous, glissade dessus, and we're also going to do glissade en avant, suivi derrière, or glissade en arrière, suivi devant.
Секундочку, подожди секунд. Майк сейчас показал 4 вида глиссадов, которые сегодня будут. Сразу привыкайте к терминологии. Глиссад десу – это назад, глиссад десю – это вперед. Ой, вправо-лево. Закрытие, да. Назад, когда вы делаете боковой, закрытие назад, закрытие вперед. Если мы двигаемся на глиссаде вперед, это глиссад аневан, и назад это глиссад арьер. Вот. Десу десю, да, это различать. Это закрес сзади, а это закрес спереди. Поэтому, когда они говорят, это быстро, нужно туда. Сзади закрес. Потом спереди закрес был, да. И сейчас у нас есть два вида движения влево. Один показали как шоссе, а второй из двух глиссадов. Это было разное.
And so here you have all the 4 types of glissade. Glissade dessus, glissade dessous, but we could also have done glissade dessous, glissade dessus. So you have all types of way of doing it. But let's do, and some of the variation of steps are all about this. It's like glissade dessous, glissade dessus, jeter, assembler, glissade dessous, glissade dessus, assembler, glissade dessous, assembler. So it's but let's do glissade dessous, glissade dessus, jeter, assembler. Ok. En avant, en arrière, à droite, à gauche.
Делаем вперед, назад, вправо, влево, все.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 and 2. 3, 4. Échapper, chasser, jeter, assembler. Enlever, chasser, jette, assemble, glissade, glissade, jette, assemble. Ok, with music.
Давайте время линии. Все наверх. Руку вперед, делайте это энергичнее. Как вперед музыка, меняем линии. Да, Лера.
go! Okay, wait. We're gonna do it again. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8. Yes. So, after you've learned this trait of contredanse, there are two other steps. You have the balancé, which is a combination of steps, and you have the traversé, which is just a larger chassé that goes further down. So if we do just maybe the traversé, but stay keep going forward, we're going to do t'enlever, chasser, t'enlever, chasser, t'enlever, chasser, jeter, assembler. Okay?
Ребятки, давайте все присядем на передние, да? А дайте ко место Майка, а то мы в зеркале уже помоем. Я вас всех зову один раз.
Peut-être dans ce sens-là,
Ou on se croise.
Okay. So the traversée, so either you do a temps levé to go forward, or you do a échappé. Okay? Non, pas là. Hop, comme ça. 5, 6, donc tu fais temps levé ou tu fais échappé? Vas-y.
Non, attends.
Okay, Gail is doing temps levé, chassé. I'm doing échappé, chassé. Okay? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. So that's how you're going to be crossing. And basically the traversée is just going always forward. So let's do this. Everybody up. So be facing the mirror. 5, 6, 7, 8. T'enlever, chasser, t'enlever, chasser, t'enlever, chasser, jeter, assembler. Okay, fairly easy. Now for the balancé. The basic principle of balancé is to going to the right and to the left, to the right and to the left. But in reality, when you see dance manuals, sometimes they only go to the right and then to the left, and they don't do this balancé movement. But let's do the balancé movement. We're going to do glissade suivi derrière, assemblée derrière, glissade suivi derrière, assemblée derrière, glissade suivi derrière, assemblée derrière, glissade suivi derrière, assemblée derrière. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. I think that's